Hello, I am doing a reading for the energy month of Pisces, and the month of Pisces right now has been the first month of February. The first half of it was very erratic, very crazy, and now we're going to see what Pisces is bringing to the table. We are about to go into a Mercury retrograde next week, so we're going to see exactly what energy with our tarot reading, what energy we are working with. What energy are we working with for February? What energy are we working with for February? All right, we are working with some goals, getting stuff done, being practical, being disciplined, sticking to what we know, what we have, paying some things off, which was the biggest thing for me this month, but really paying things off, getting things done, sticking to plans, movement. Even though he's standing still, he still has things to do. So he's making sure this energy gets done. This energy was very high and erratic. It's almost like you were in worried mode, but at the same time you were trying to be virtually impatient mode. Energy is also about being patient, sticking to a plan, sticking to a goal primarily. If you look further back through here, these are some of the goals or plans that have been put to rest, things that have been done. And right now he is just watching his crops and his things grow. This is the next energy that we have. And, you know, dealing with erratic energy, trying to be patient, waiting for something with that last energy. Really waiting. This king has mastered his emotions. But not only has he mastered his emotions, he is bringing out really empathetic thoughts, helping others, helping himself, enjoying what he has. He also has a crab down at his feet, so he is very emotional. Kings of Cups or any cup cards have to do with emotions. And he really has to do with being the master of understanding and waiting and being patient, which comes with your emotions. Because with this month, a lot of patience. Driving crazy in your car, cutting people off, acting crazy, cussing people out is not what you need to do for this month. Getting things done. Really, if you have bills that need to be paid, really talking to people in a way that you want to be talked to. Because with this energy, whatever you give will be given back. Okay? Water is very receptive. It's also very giving. What you see in the reflection of water is what you get, what you give, because water has emotions. Even when you drink it, even when you feel it inside of you, everything has like those properties of what you give. So water is a mirror. This king is a mirror, so whatever you're giving out is what you're going to give back and get back in return. And that's a good way to manifest. So you want to give what you want to receive. The King of Cups also has to deal with Scorpio. So he's very deep, very penetrating, very intense. The energy is very deep and penetrating and intense right now. This is a good time to really work and harness your emotions. That's why that crab is there. Set boundaries. Boundaries are very important. Kings also have to do with the mentalism of thought, um, and passion. So whatever your highest thoughts and your highest passions are will be manifested at this time. Okay, so you want to be careful how you think, and you want to work with what you want to manifest with. So now next we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is a male in this deck. I love this deck. Um, he has all of everything that he's worked on at his feet. He has his boundaries set with a 4, and his boundaries are inward. I always love to use astrology, numerology. I line everything up with tarot because there's so much symbolism in tarot. You have the 2 pillars on each side, the 2 trees that actually surround him, which is really cool because that's almost like a gateway. Okay, you're coming in to something, or something is coming around or into you. 3s have to do with group work, manifestation, creativity, and it also has to do with Pisces energy, the month of March, January, February, March, the 3rd month. So more things are arriving. 2s have to do with the moon, have to do with duality, have to do with personal relationships with yourself, um, and balancing things out, working, being adaptable, changeable. And that was going on a lot at the beginning of February because everybody was kind of scurrying around after Christmas trying to get things done. A lot of elements were happening outside of ourselves that were happening that affected other people, just kind of trickling down. So with March, as we leave February, March will be a little bit more abundant. Right now, we're just getting over a lot of things. And again, like I said, Mercury retrograde is coming up. I will do a video on that and talk about that a little bit. Let's see. He also has his hands together. Okay, so there is a lot of symbolism with putting your hands together, almost like a prayer. So whatever prayers that you had answered, they will come true. Another thing, when people put their hands together, it's actually their consciousness and their subconsciousness being brought together. And as you bring both of them together, that's what the prayer means. Though they're both sides of yourself are communicating, they're actually agreeing with each other, creating something. And mountains that are in the back, that is everything that has already, those are the challenges that have already been done. Or if you've had any things that came up that were really big obstacles, you've achieved them, you have the courage, and now you're waiting for your whatever labor, fruits of labor, it's starting to come in. 9 is a number of completion, also a number of rebirth and manifestation, procreation, 9 months, babies are born, stuff like that. And of course, the fruit on this side is green, which is really cool, but on this side it is purple, and deep purple has to do with the crown chakra. You can see here. And green, of course, has to do with growth and accumulation. We're still in the season here of fall. It looks like fall, but we're in a season of winter. But this is it kind of changing. This is showing that it's change here going on. But even though there's change here, you're still achieving, still hold your boundaries, still working on your projects, and still being adaptable, you know, working with the change, figuring out what to do and making more things happen, which is really cool. Another thing is about the nines, usually the person is alone. So this person is doing it on its own. This is a self-made person. This is doing things on your own, figuring things out on your own. And it's okay to ask for advice, but make sure you take your own first. Trust yourself. Anything dealing with pentacles has to do with trusting the self, trusting your own ideas, working with your own ideas, being a scientist, seeing what works for you, what doesn't, playing around, and just getting a general idea of what is best for you. So to sum everything up, for your summary card, I got the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is so scary to people. But whatever that was the worst is over, okay? The worst has already happened. It is done. And what that whole energy from the beginning of February was a clearing energy. It killed anything that was old. It had to go. So now new things are coming about. And she here, even though she's got 9 swords right here, these were the fears that she had to face, the obstacles, the fears. Here's a big obstacle mountain here. She faced them, and she still has a sword for herself. Swords always have to do with your own virtual truth or truths of other people, communication, the mind. The sun is actually rising or setting, and it would be setting. It's setting for me in the east. And basically, you know, the worst is over. You know, now it's going to be time to redo. People are going to be building or refinancing, redoing, rebirth. Basically just coming into something new. We're coming into a new energy. We have new things that we're going to be battling. All the old stuff is over. It's done. It's time to move on. So this is it. It's time to move on. So thank you very much. Please like, share if you want to, and I will definitely have more videos on my tarot form. Thank you.